everyone. This is a classification of hypertension based on the blood pressure values of patients. This is a newer guideline published in 2020 guidelines of ISH, International Society of Hypertension Guidelines. They have changed the normal and abnormal values in their recent guidelines. So this is the newest data presented in International Society of Hypertension Guidelines. So these are different ranges of blood pressures that they have given. So they have considered as a normal BP even if the patient is having less than 130 millimeters of mercury of systolic blood pressure, and diastolic is less than 85. If it is less than 85, they are considering it as normal blood pressure. Previously, if it was above 120, they used to consider it as elevated blood pressure. But now they are considering only if it is greater than 130 to 139. This range they are considering it as high normal BP, whereas grade 1 has been modified to 140 to 159 as systolic blood pressure and 90 to 99 of diastolic blood pressure. Whereas in grade 2 hypertension, they have considered as greater than or equals to 160 millimeters of mercury of systolic blood pressure, and if diastolic blood pressure is greater than 100, they have considered as grade 2 hypertension. One thing that we need to keep in mind is whatever the guidelines that we are following. For example, let us think a patient is having systolic blood pressure, and when we are measuring systolic and diastolic blood pressure, let us think a patient is having systolic blood pressure of 130 to 139, whereas diastolic blood pressure is less than 85. Now, under which category should we consider this type of patient? If we see 130 to 139, the patient must be considered as high normal BP. But if we see diastolic pressure, it is 85. Again, it comes under normal BP. So, under which category we must consider this type of patients? This type of patients must be considered into the higher value. That is, whichever the value is higher. If systolic blood pressure is higher, the patient should be considered into this stage. If diastolic blood pressure is higher, the patient must be considered into diastolic blood pressure range. So whichever is higher, that must be taken into account. Why we should take into account the higher value is to prevent complication at an early stage and to treat the patient more appropriately. We are taking such patients into higher categories. So if the patient is having systolic blood pressure of 130 to 139 and diastolic blood pressure is less than 85, still the patient will be considered as high normal rather than normal. I will give another example also. For example, let us think if patient is having a BP of 130, systolic blood pressure of 130, but if diastolic blood pressure is again instead of less than 85, if it is in the range of 85 to 89, we will consider this value, since this value states us that it is in the higher range. So to prevent further complications, we will keep them in the next stage only instead of the previous stage. So these patients will be considered into high normal BP again. So this must be kept in mind. The next thing is, you can see if the difference between this systolic and blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure is also important. Why? Again, it comes under pulse pressure. If there are wide differences in pulse pressure, normal pulse pressure difference will be 40 millimeters of mercury, but if there is wide differences in pulse pressure, it means that there may be some arterial stiffness. So these things must be noted while classifying the patient into any of the category under these guidelines. Thank you.